Hello everyone, before the video starts, I just want to say that I have a Q&A going on Twitter. It's going to be for part 2 of the original Q&A that will be coming out in the next couple of days. You can ask me anything on there. You can ask me about TV shows, video games, anime, wrestling, whatever you want to ask me, go right ahead. It was part of the returning Q&A. I've been away for about a month. Well, actually around 2 months, so I thought since I was I was coming back to YouTube that you guys deserve something, special. So if you can do that for me, that would be great. And let's get to the video. Hello everybody, this is People Who Are in Wrestling. I'm being relatively quiet today because of it is 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm currently on my friend's front porch making this video because everybody's sleeping inside, so I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, but that's besides the point. I know this is like a relatively old topic, but I want to go over the thought of Vince more so looking for characters instead of wrestlers. Now, if you know anything about Vince McMahon, you should know that the dude built his company off of characters, larger than life guys, charisma, mic workers, people who can transport you from the reality of real life and into this fake wrestling bubble. And for some reason, a lot of people are like very surprised by this and they're outraged. Oh, so you're gonna fire Samoa Joe? I know he got hired, but this was before he got hired back. The marks were like, you're going to fire Samoa Joe and Peyton Royce and Andrade because of you want to bring back Eva Marie and all that stuff. I just made a video on Eva Marie, so I'm not going to go into her. But the reason she was hired back is because she's a draw. Okay? She's a draw. She's a good heel. She gets reactions wherever she goes. So I can understand why Vince brings her back. We're looking specifically for characters and charisma, because this whole wrestling is real and work rate, it is overdone garbage at this point. Every Monday Night Raw is a smart shit fest. The same 8 people every show get most of the time. You have talented people like Eric Bugenhagen being a manager to Shinsuke Nakamura of all people. Yeah, is Boogs interesting in that role? Yes, but I would have preferred him to be a full-time performer. Yeah, he is somewhat green, but he is better than what most of the talents they have on that roster. At the end of the day, Vince McMahon looking for draws. He is looking for draws. He's looking for characters because at the most important is that most of the roster now, a good 90% of them is just work rate. Actually, I would say more like 95. A lot of them are work rate, and that's it. It's work rate only draws to the people who, want wrestling, just wrestling, to be about wrestling. They don't want it to be about characters. They don't want it to be about charisma. None of these people care about charisma or characters. They don't care about things that will actually make the show interesting. The only thing that's interesting to them is work rate and the athletic moves that every single wrestler does nowadays. I mean, even a couple years back, John Cena learned the PWG moves, and he was proving that he was a better in-ring worker than half the fucking roster. The reason that characters and charisma are very important is because it's what gets people interested. The storylines get people interested into your product. Okay? Sometimes matches can draw. Like, I'm thinking of a match right now, Stone Cold versus The Rock. Even if they had no characters, they still had that charisma to carry them, and the match would have still drawn. But you need to understand that most of these wrestlers nowadays, they're not taught about charisma. They're not taught about mic working. You need to be able, in my opinion, to be the complete package, the best that you can be. You need to have charisma. You need to have a character. You need to be creative, because a lot of the creative team in WWE sucks. So what do you have to do? You have to take it upon yourself to create a character in the indies. Or when you get signed to WWE, create your own character. You're going to need to be a good mic worker. Okay, I'm so sick and tired of all these charisma vacuums, these people who just dry up the show. And that's not what Vince McMahon has looked for. He's never looked for dry mic workers. Okay? Like it or not, Triple H signed the talents. Most of this is on Triple H. Can you blame somebody for not using the talent? Okay? I'm talking about Triple H the executive. I'm not talking about Triple H the wrestler, because he was cool. Okay? I know in my Triple H video I said he was bad, but I made that video a very long time ago, and my opinion has changed. I kind of realized that he was a good wrestler. So, in conclusion, I believe that Vince McMahon, personally here, he's trying to build up the company to where it gets, executives and people who want to buy out look at the company and says, oh, there's a profit here. I personally think he's just trying to cash out. I don't know, maybe some of these recent moves proves that he still wants to be involved, but he still has Triple H, the clown, doing what he wants. And I know Triple H has come out and said some good stuff about the equality movement, and we don't need our own show to be equality. I get that, but most of the signings on the main roster in NXT, it's well known, it's been Triple H. Stop blaming Vince McMahon. Yeah, it is partially his fault because he is the chairman and he owns the WWE, but it is also Triple H and Stephanie McMahon's fault. Now, it is Vince's fault for throwing them in the power, but you gotta put some of the blame on Triple H. I'm so sick of it. People don't want to defend it. They don't want to take a shot at him because they remember him as this great wrestler, but yet they won't call out the executive. Stupid fucking birds. So yeah, guys, that's going to be the video. I know it was relatively quick. I have a Q&A on Twitter. I'm going to be doing part 2. So if you can leave questions below for the second part, I would enjoy that. This has been People Room Wrestling. Peace out.